Today we're going to talk about one of my two great passions, live streaming. The other one, of course, being ventriloquism. And if you haven't heard, there are some major updates in the live streaming space that we have to talk about. The first one coming from a friend of mine, Charlie, aka MoistCritical, who dropped a bombshell video titled Goodbye Twitch, where he says this.
So, I am no longer exclusive with Twitch.
Now, he doesn't go on to say that he's signing exclusively elsewhere. He's just no longer exclusive with Twitch. And he'll try things out. Right, he'll enter his college era, and he'll go back. He'll link up with Twitch. They'll have hot, nasty sex, but he's going to try out the YouTubes of the world and maybe some other sites. He didn't mention any, but he is right now trying a stream on YouTube.com, which is going really well. He's sitting at 24,000 average viewership, which was his peak on Twitch over the past 90 days. I wouldn't extrapolate that too far. I would say, he does have a larger presence on YouTube, but live streaming on YouTube is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's kind of hard. Really, streams that do well are ones that happen sporadically because it's an exciting thing or if it's a big event. Otherwise, you can probably look at a lot of the streamers who switch from other websites to YouTube and see a decrease in viewership generally. It's just, I don't know. It's just, they just got to work on some things. We'll talk about that another day. But let's focus on the big competitor that's making a huge splash in the headlines, Kick.com. And of course, they had the XQC signing. We talked about that one. But there's been a couple of other signings that have happened over the past week, and something even more interesting than just paying a lot of big streamers millions of dollars. But first, they signed Your Rage. He did the classic, I got a few options. Which one am I going to pick? Are we not even putting YouTube on a fucking truck anymore to pick? Like, is it that much of a joke? People live stream here, okay? This is a real establishment where live streams happen. Anyway, this one was not too much of a surprise because Your Rage has some friends who do already stream on Kick.com, but it was a little bit more of a surprise when it was announced that Sapnap would also be going to Kick.com. And if you don't know, Sapnap is a Minecraft creator. And if you've been at Kick.com, it's not exactly ripe with Minecraft creators. That's not the demographic that currently operates in that space. He is the first of that. It's kind of like Hikaru when he went over there. You don't really think of it as the chess hub, but you got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to be the first. Now, we're going to talk about why this signing is a little bit more problematic in a bit. But first, is it working? Is signing people making Kick bigger? I mean, they're still massively smaller than Twitch. Twitch, at least according to this website, is getting billions of visits a month, and Kick is getting hundreds of millions. But they do seem to be growing. I mean, if you look at their largest day ever, it came directly after the signing of XQC, where they had over 8 million people go to the website. And since then, it went down a bit, but let's be fair. You can't sign an XQC every month. You'll be out $1 billion before the end of the year. And they are getting more visits now than they did before some of those major signings, right? Quarter over quarter, they are growing. I think they just hit 12 million users, which is pretty fast. They hit that pretty quickly. And the question most people ask, aren't they bleeding money? Where's all this money coming from? Is this sustainable? How are they able to afford signing all these people without actually even running ads on their platform? Like, if you go to Kick, you won't receive an ad because they don't have any advertisers at all. To which the CEO of Kick, Eddie, would say, we don't even care about that. It's not even a problem.
Yeah, no, we've at this moment, we're not running ads. I'd like to think we're in a growth phase right now. Our sole goal right now is to grow. We really want to grow Kick. We want it to be a name that people recognize when they think of live streaming. We want it to become a part of, internet culture. We want it to be, standing there with the other giants in this industry. We think we can do that. So
now that's not super weird for a startup to want to grow and not be profitable in the first year. It's even not that weird for a Silicon Valley type company to be in a growth phase for a few years and blow hundreds of millions of dollars to capture a huge market share by offering insane services and then turning around and then try to make money, oftentimes making the product experience way worse, like Uber or DoorDash or Netflix, because our user behavior is already set. We already signed up for all these things. We don't have cable anymore. We cut cable. So you can fuck us all over because we have no option. Now, I'm not saying Kick is going to make their experience terrible when they try to become profitable, but it is not that weird to be in a growth phase. How are they funding this growth phase? They haven't gone for several rounds of VC funding, but luckily, a lot of the people who are on the board at Kick are also on the board at Stake.com. And they're also billionaires. So, a lot of people come to the final conclusion that at its core, Kick is just a marketing vehicle for Stake. I would say that a little more accurately, the people at stake had enough money to go to a new venture, which they are doing with Kick.com. And they have enough runway from all the money they made with stake to lose money with Kick.com for a while. And it does benefit stake if there is a place that they get to choose the regulation on for gambling, that they can still allow it on the site, as opposed to just being at the whim of another company like YouTube or Twitch, who have banned people for doing gambling content, sponsored gambling content in the past. Now, I will stop here to also address that Kick has added some features, like the ability to hide any 18-plus content, pools, hot tubs, and bikinis, and also hide slots and casinos from your webpage at all. You just have to go to your settings and profile. Which is cool. I think that is a helpful feature. I've seen it get abused a few times. Like, people will just go to the just chatting with both of those categories. But as long as they're good on moderation, that should address that. And they've also added something that I think is way more interesting than paying big creators millions of dollars, which is their Kick Creator Incentive Program. And these are the first people who are in the beta of said program. This dude looks like me. What the hell? They're in the beta of this incentive program. And the question might be, what the hell is it? What does this mean? Basically, they are offering to pay creators for streaming hourly. Not conditional on running ads, and totally in addition to any subscribers or donations from viewers. It is just the website paying creators outright. And they have a few criteria on how much you get paid. It's based on the number of hours you stream, a flat rate based on Kick's advertising CPMs, which doesn't exist because they don't have ads at the moment, the average viewers you have, and viewer demographics and engagement, which sounds really fucking cool. To be on a website that pays you 95% of the sub revenue and then also is able to pay you hourly if you stream is a huge advantage for smaller creators to maybe go full-time streaming because of all that revenue and then up their creation game, right? Not just on Kick, but also on YouTube. Focus on making videos, shorts, TikToks, whatever it is. That is a big buff, and it is cool that they're kicking that off. And we'll see how it goes, right? My take right now on Kick.com, I don't know if I would sign with the website. All right, hey, I'll entertain a conversation. I entertain a conversation with Facebook.com, but it is concerning for someone like me, right, or a big creator to take millions of dollars. Because the question I always have is, what is the goal with all that capital, right? You have to have a plan with all the money that you would receive that is more valuable than the value maybe taken away from promoting a website that has not the best track record in terms of protecting communities and content moderation, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. However, if you're a smaller creator and this is an opportunity to go full time, I say fuck it. I say get the bag. I say take them for all they're worth, for as long as they're able to pay people out at such a huge loss. Because why not, if it is the dream of all dreams? We accept a lot of evils in our lives, all right? I drink fucking Nestle water occasionally because I'm fucking thirsty, and they're also an evil. But if it's in your self-interest, if it works for you, I say go for it. I hold more judgment for people who are already millionaires. They don't really need more millions of dollars unless they have some really cool plan to do with all that money. Anyway, back to the issues with Kick, which is their lack of protecting certain communities. Specifically, if you go on that website, the cover boy of it, Aiden Ross, the guy who is kind of the face of Kick in some ways, his chat is they're ruthless, bro. They really want to kill a lot of minority groups all the time. And Tubbo talked about this after the signing of Sapnap, who is a creator with a younger demographic and a gayer demographic.
Is people in communities such as LGBTQIA+, younger demographic and stuff like that. I feel like this platform is not a safe place to be openly trans, not a safe place to be openly Jewish.
And look, Tubbo's 100% right that the chats go fucking crazy. They say some unhinged shit on Kick.com. And I'm worried that Kick has not done enough to stop that, to punish creators who let their chats run rampant or even moderate the chats from being able to talk like that at all. And they're going to go down to being like Rumble, just purely associated with maybe some hateful groups, as opposed to just a platform that wants to host content of all types. And it'll cap their ability to grow into a mainstream platform. Now, there was a response from one of the founders of Kick, Bijan, who said, "While I respect the fact that you care about your community, it's unfair to claim Kick is somehow dangerous for them while simultaneously cultivating your community on Twitter. You would like to improve Kick somewhat, but you are on twitter.com. Curious. We have platform-wide AI moderation on both video content and chat messages, and we are a young platform, so give us a chance. You know, what the heck?" To which Tubbo, he went for the crazy reply. He said, "Hey, man, I get it's young. I don't get why you're comparing your platform to twitter.com, because that's a much bigger website and not predominantly filled with hate speech," which I massively disagree on, Tubbo. I do think it is filled insanely with hate speech. And if you're comparing yourself to Twitter as your bar for morale and preventing hate speech, we got a low fucking bar, buddy. We gotta find a new bar to go to. I would argue that the reason you cultivate a platform on Twitter is because it has market share and has dominated the space. And its recent changes have actually moved a lot of creators off of Twitter. So you don't want to be comparing yourself to them. All right. Twitter's a website that straight up, I get offered a clip from Crazy Clip once a fucking day that's titled "Guy Jaywalking Gets Hit by a Truck," blushy face emoji. And then a guy jaywalking gets hit by a fucking truck. And it's like 9 a.m. And I'm like, why is this on my For You page? And then a blue check will reply with just the most low-res GIF and lame-ass comment they could think of. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball. So anyway, this Twitter rant aside, I do think Tubbo brought out a bit of receipts, which is Aiden Ross's chat saying, "I kill LGBTQ. We all kill LGBTQ," which honestly, progressive that they threw in the queue, right? Like, they're actually getting the acronym down a little bit. That's huge. I don't even want to read that sentence out loud. Black lives don't. Okay. I don't, none of these sentences are okay to read out loud. I'm going to make you read them and have your thoughts be fucking tainted with, as opposed to Jesus, man. So you get the idea. All right. Kick.com right now, I think is a little too unmoderated and a little too associated with just hate speech outright. And so a creator like Sapnap going over will be an interesting test. We will see. All right. Is he going to be hate rated by the people who are around him? Will the people who go to Sapnap's stream feel comfortable being on that stream? Because right now, the only people who stream on Kick.com are people who are paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, like Your Rage, people who just get banned on other websites like Twitch or YouTube, so they don't have anywhere to go, so they check out Kick.com, like Fuzi, or people who just maybe didn't have enough success to want to continue on a website like Twitch, which doesn't offer as competitive rates in terms of subsplit, and they want to try their hand over on a website like Kick, right? That seems to be the main three groups of people who I see go over to Kick. And until Kick starts to get their act right and starts to make it a place that feels good and comfortable for anyone to go on, I don't think they're going to grow to that culture point that Eddie wants them to. I don't think even throwing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars is going to get them there. But we'll see. Time will tell, right? All right, that's it. All right, thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Subscribe. All right, see you later. Goodbye. See you later. Have a good one.